So, to the best mosh pitter, I shall be throwing t-shirts at you for gratis for the best mosher. I saw you guys out there earlier. So we got some band called Wade t-shirts for sale over here if you don't happen to win one while you're moshing.
Alright, we're back. This is PownTown. And today on the show we got Joe and Everett from a band called Wade. And I went and saw them the other night at the Pink Elephant, along with City of Pieces and BGA. Mm-hmm. And I got them to come in today and tell me a little bit about themselves and their band and where they're going to be playing around town, where they're going to be playing around the area and when. And whatever else they know about Salem, and or whatever their connections to Salem is in this area, because that's really what the show is about. Like whatever, it's PownTown. That's what I'm calling Salem now. So.
Right on. Sure. We need a good name for this town, right? I mean,
right.
We've had all the bad ones, right?
So lame, whatever.
Ironical, yeah.
There needs to be a fresh range.
Right. Paint a new light.
Yeah. So Tell me a little bit about yourselves. Let's start with Joe.
Joe Kyle, local musician from Salem all my life. I've been playing in the town probably about 20 years. Started back in 2008 with my band KTR. Put some festivals together. Then we transformed into the Folly. And then I was doing kind of some entertainment type stuff, putting shows together under Joe Kyle Entertainment. Hooked up with Everett and formed the band called Wade, about a year ago, maybe a little
less than a year.
Yeah. So we're writing originals and we're just rocking it, trying to keep the Salem music scene alive, and doing that sort of thing.
There's no other bands called Wade, right? So
I think there actually is another band called Wade, but we're
A band called
right.
Wade.
Well, I was wondering if
yeah.
you could be the band called
Yeah,
Wade.
Well, maybe we'll have to. Yeah, well, I'll have to look at that. Yeah, for sure.
All right.
But yeah, that's it. Guitar, vocals for me in this band. So
Nice. Everett, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, my name's Everett. I was born and reared here in Salem, Oregon. Been a long time music guy. I started playing in bands in middle school. So go way back to the Watchmen, Half 47s, Comedy of Errors. I was in a band called Declining Society, and then later a band called the Plaid Golfers. And some of the members from Plaid Golfers moved into the Dharma Bums, and now are in the Decemberists.
So you've been around Salem scene for quite a while.
Yeah, I've been a lot of iterations of really proud to be associated with a lot of great music that came out of Salem, and that's I think the best kept secret about Salem is there's been some just phenomenal songwriters, some phenomenal artists, some great bands. We're not known for it. I wish we were, but yeah. So I'm pretty lucky to have been grown up in such a great musical environment. Kind of fast forward where we're at. Met Joe. We were kind of auditioning for another artist, and it wasn't fit for us, but we were able to make a connection. And the cool thing about our band is everybody in the band has a connection to Salem. So most of us were born and raised here, went to school here. Except for Dennis, our drummer, who grew up in Corvallis, which really isn't that far away. So we consider ourselves Salemites.
yeah, we made an exception.
Yeah, we're Denny. Yeah.
I say it's a show about Salem, but I regional, like I include regional.
Right,
you know?
right.
There's like people up in Portland that I go and get pictures of every now and then, or and other stuff I do outside of town specifically, but it's supposed to be regionally familiar. So
Yeah, I think inherently, if you're in the Salem music scene, you're in the regional music scene because we're all neighbors. We kind of cross-pollinate all those little subcultures within.
Everybody kind of reaches out back and forth a little.
And I think we can probably even reach down into Eugene too. I would consider.
Yeah.
I've met a lot of friends, so have you, from the Eugene area. So I guess we're all the one music community. Mid Valley or North Valley.
Yeah.
Right.
For sure.
Well, that's pretty much most of Oregon.
Yeah, really.
Right.
That's pretty much most of Oregon. I didn't say it loud enough for the mic.
Yeah, that's like what, 2/3 of the population.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the heck did you say?
We are City of Pieces from the City of Peace, Salem, Oregon. I am the same. The devil just died, name, but things are changing. You're gonna jump at me, I know it's right. There's always something wrong, don't get uptight. The day won't last so long, God. The day won't last so long.
Make some noise for Everett for putting this shit together. Come on, make some fucking noise for Everett! Because this shit is off the hook. We're about to have some fun.
Are you a big Nirvana fan? You had your Nirvana shirt on?
Yeah, that was a big influence of mine growing up, I think. Anything good, I think. You know, I've got a wide variety of musical influences, but it kind of depends on the mood, you know what I mean? So whatever I'm vibing with. But yeah, Nirvana's a big influence, you know, grew up in the 90s, so all those 90s staples, you know, were in everybody's forefront.
That's really what I was getting at. Like, what era did you grow up in? What were your influences? So
yeah.
What about you?
For me, I mean, I'm more of an 80s kid. I grew up, you know, my father was a singer-songwriter, although he was a country western artist, but he exposed me to a lot of different music. He was very musical, whether it be Motown or the Memphis scene or the blues. But I think I gravitated more towards the punk rock scene in the 80s and those early, you know, SoCal bands, Descendants, Adolescents, Fear, Circle Jerk, stuff like that. And so those are definitely heavily influenced on what I write. And then you look at the rest of the band. We have acceptance with such a diverse background of, where, you know, Beth, she was a band person, big band, jazz, funk, soul, fusion. Dennis, a jazz blues drummer. So we try to, I think we incorporate a lot of those elements into our songwriting, and I think it makes it fun, at least for us, to write and perform these songs.
Yeah, I definitely think, you know, it's hard for us to even like identify our genre just because we have so many of the different influences. And you probably saw at the set, you know, we had some songs that were kind of on the outskirts of what we would consider like a rock band would typically play. So we try to, I think that's a little bit on me just because I have some material that we brought, but our songwriting style is cool because, just to segue to the next section, the next question you're probably going to ask was about songwriting.
Yeah.
So what we've done and what we're able to do is Everett's kind of given the start, like, framework of the song structure and some lyrical ideas or some chord ideas, progressions, and then I'll coordinate with him and I'll take some of that material and kind of mold it into something that'll fit me to be able to perform it, and then give it back to him, and then we bring that to the band. So it's like
it's an energetic and fun blend.
Yeah. It's a very coordinated effort, and it's worked out really, really well. We've got some good original songs that we're working on, about to come out too. So
yeah,
stay tuned.
It's going to be dropping soon. Yeah, I would say when it comes to songwriting, everybody puts their fingerprints on it. We really believe in writing in a collective format. It's not just one person. What I would like to call, you know, I've been in music for so long. You have that egomaniac person, you know, that wants to control everything, and we're not like that. We want everybody to have their influence, put their fingerprints on it, and be a part of it, because it just makes a better song.
If everybody's got their own individual expression thrown into the mix,
right? It makes the songs better. It makes them. I mean, Joe and I think, are great writing partners. Where I'll have an idea, and then Joe takes that idea and makes it tenfold better, and he comes up with the vocal melodies, and he'll come up with these intricacies that I don't hear, or rhythm, or Dennis will come up with rhythms that I don't hear in my head, right. And you're like, wow, this is really cool.
Right. Well, yeah, everybody's got their style or their own influences will make them hear a different pattern in their head when it's time to throw something in, you know.
Yeah, that's the beauty of music, is you're greater than the sum of your parts. Really, is, you know, we're good in our own right individually, but you know, together, I think we're pretty. I'm tooting my own horn, but I think we're pretty unique as far as what we're doing, where we're at. So yeah.
Yeah, well, I had fun. Like I said, I had fun. I don't get out too much other than karaoke and stuff like that. So.
Nice.
But, yeah.
If I could get a beer, it'd be awesome. 2 of these.
Some Funyuns.
change it up, yeah.
This one's a little different.
Well, let's see. Tell us a little bit about a band called Wade. Tell us who all their members are. We heard about both of you guys. Let's start with the lady on saxophone.
Oh, Beth Poor, amazing saxophonist, a McKay High School graduate. She's played with a lot of different artists. Portland Blues Festival. She's played. I'm trying to think of. She's been in so many bands, hard to remember them all. The Manimals, which was a great band out of Corvallis. Super talented, very musical person, and just probably one of the coolest people you ever want to hang around. Dennis Ayers plays drums, and Dennis is I would say more of a jazz blues trained drummer, but he's played rock and roll. He's been playing for decades, and he's an incredible drummer, very musical. We were just in the studio recording. When your drummer can jump up on the piano and start nailing chords, piano chords, you know you got a lot of musicality in your band. And then Brandon,
Crossover.
yeah, and then Brandon Bowe plays the other guitar. He's a Salem guy from McNary High School graduate, and he is uber talented. He comes up with the cool backing parts. He comes up with the melodic parts that add the spice, the flavor, if you will, to what Joe and I write.
On bass, you said?
He's a guitar.
Oh, on guitar, sorry.
Yeah.
I got distracted for a
Yeah.
second. The cat toy went off, and
That's pretty cool.
I know.
I don't know why. No one touched it. Now it's going to sit there and...
That's cool.
All right, continue. Sorry.
No. So that's the band members. I play bass guitar and do some backing vocals.
Your bass.
Yeah.
Yep. And your lead vocals.
Yeah, for lack of a better term, I guess. Yeah.
What it is they're trying to say. Make us believe they never follow the path, never stray. Counting the steps, we fall over the line. Just another trick to numb up your mind. All that's inside is for complete control. Have you forgotten how we pay the toll? We're in the hour of darkness and red. Come on, not make your way, go away.
question I can get for these guys real quick. What kind of shows you got coming up anytime soon? What are some places, some shows? You got any, just one or two?
We're in a hiatus right now. We're focused right now on finishing our recording, doing some video work. I think once we get a good handle on that, then we can probably look at some more live dates.
Yeah. We have nothing on the books, but I think, trying to come at it from a different angle and incorporating some of the other aspects of the production, like recording and video production, is really what I think is a necessity in this kind of climate with musicians. It's hard to just play gigs all the time and then not really have anything to show for it.
Right.
So we're trying to be involved in things like this, and working on scheduling music video shoots and doing social media stuff, and not necessarily focusing solely on live performance, although that's a huge part of it. You can't not do live shows, so
Right.
they're definitely on in the works. So,
And quite frankly, it does kind of fund this other stuff because we're not made of money. Although we,
Right.
yeah.
I don't think anybody is. I can't. The seat makes me either go
very-
all the way back
very relaxed,
or all the way up. So
you just rock. It's
Yeah.
show's about rock, man.
Yeah.
But if you follow us on Facebook or Instagram
Yeah.
at a band called Wade, we'll as soon as we get shows, we'll post everything.
Yep.
And you do got studio. What kind of release date timeline are you thinking of for your studio projects that you are working on then?
30 days.
Well, I think we were probably going to stagger the releases. I think we've got 4 originals that we just did in Wavelength Studios here in Salem. Shout out to Jason Carter.
Great guy. Love
yeah.
Jason.
Oh yeah, you can do shout outs.
Oh yeah.
And I think we're going to stagger those releases over the next few quarters. And then we'd like to accompany those with some videos and just some visual aids and stuff like that. So,
Oh, yeah, I know video guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. I've liked that the Pink Elephant has been doing a lot of shows and really promoting a lot of music lately and getting a lot of stuff in. I've been going there and checking stuff out, and it's great seeing you guys over there and hearing your music and hearing you play, watching you play, and getting pictures of it.
Yeah.
Thank you for
yeah.
you doing that, man. We really appreciate it.
And shout out to the Pink Elephant because they put some care and some effort and some money and time into their music venue. There's a lot of venues out there that call themselves a venue and then just stick the band in the corner and say, figure it out, bring your own PA. So good job, Pink Elephant, getting the PA system, all the extra effort with like the flyers and the visuals. And really quality music venue. That building has been there, or the Pink Elephant's been there forever, but it's now a music venue, which is kind of cool, and Salem needs that. So.
Yes,
He
desperate
found
need.
He found some, that Salem desperately needs some good music venue and promotion.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's kind of what this is, like a virtual venue to some degree.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and we need more people doing this to promote the community. I mean, one thing that was really neat, maybe in the past in Salem was the music community, because it was a community. Everybody, the bands helped each other out. We booked bills and we did shows to promote each other, and it was harmonious, if you will. And I think, as music's kind of died down a little bit in terms of live music, that community's kind of gone away. So we need outlets like this to bring that community back and get us the musicians together and in community again.
But if you go to Capital Community Media, they do have the facility and the equipment, and they let you make shit, and they don't tell you no unless it's that bad. So but for real, good. They're here to support the community as well, which is why I do the shows.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Let me.
Thank you for doing that. One thing I do wanted to bring up is I've been working with Whitney at the Rabbit Cellar, and we're going to try and do a showcase this summer and do shows there on a regular basis. I hope to be a part of that with Whitney. So look forward to that. We might have some really good.
I will. I tried to do an open mic there for a little while, and then it was hard getting people. People would come in for open mics, and I worked with Whitney at halftime and stuff like that. So
so I think
that'd be good for there.
Yeah, and then Joe's got some great opportunities coming up.
Yeah, going to be opening a food truck at Parallel 45 Brewing here in March of 26, and with that comes a venue. I think they've got a venue already in the works, kind of getting the kinks worked out with some sound and some sound treatment. But yeah, hopefully regular shows there too. It's still adjacent to Salem, so it's that little next separation, next step separation from them. But yeah. Hopefully we'll get some shows on the regular out there too. So
nice. What kind of food you make? What kind of food you make?
It's gonna be Eat at Joe's burgers, fries, and shakes. Gonna be classic diner style. So be sure to check that out. Eat at Joe's, Parallel 45.
Oh well, we can't tell them to because it's not commercial. But we
can, if you were so inclined.
Yes.
If you happen to see Eat at Joe's, that's not a directive to go eat at Joe's.
Yeah.
That's
if you're hungry for a hamburger and you happen to be in the area,
yeah,
feel free to stop by.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll bleep it. So, all right, well, let's see. Rub my hands together. You guys got any? It's been great having these guys, Joe and Everett, on here. Talk about their band. Talk about Salem. Talk about themselves. Talk about and the places that are helping promote music here. You guys got any closing comments before we wrap it up?
No. Thanks again, man, for having us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much for being a vehicle, help you get more bands on. A vessel to get more bands and to get more exposure to Salem music.
Yeah,
appreciate you, man.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yay.
Peace out.
All right, thanks for watching PownTown. Get back to whatever the fuck else we were doing.